Concacaf Champions Cup. Julian, myself, we're here. Adam is not here. Respectfully, Adam said Inter Miami's playing. He doesn't want to jinx it. He's kind of worried about it. I could totally understand that. I wouldn't want to jinx my team as well. Julian, we got a big couple of games up ahead of us. This is interesting. The CONCACAF Champions Cup kind of winding out, or ending a Nations League, ending international window break. Now we're going back to club football. I think it's going to be interesting. A lot of good games, a lot of big teams within our region. Arguably the biggest teams within CONCACAF and within itself. So, it's interesting. Overall thoughts. What are you looking forward to most?
I'm super pumped. Obviously, hometown team. We're in it. Mm-hmm. Inter Miami. And that leads me to the first game, and that is Inter Miami versus LAFC. I'm going to kick it off here. I think it's going to be a pretty relatively easy win for Miami. I think LAFC has really been down on the dumps. Dolo ball is not working. I think he's finally starting to get exposed as the kind of coach that he is, which is not a very good one. Olivier Giroud has been an absolute bust. I think he scored 1 goal since he's been there. It seems like that team live or dies by whatever Denny Bouanga can do. I'm just not super high right now on them, and Miami seems to be absolutely rolling. They're playing really well. They have the perfect path lined up for them for the final. To me, it's Miami all day. I think, surprisingly, I've been kind of impressed with what Javier Mascherano has been able to do with this team, and it seems like he's bringing a lot more passion that maybe Tata Martino didn't bring necessarily. It seems like he's more involved and he has more of a fight to be good that we didn't necessarily see with Tata. So, yeah, I think LAFC, this is going to be a rough year for them, man, unless they make big changes in the summer transfer window, bringing in a Griezmann or something.
Yeah.
Well, reinforcements ain't coming now. So too much changes that happen in the offseason. And I like Miami. I think they're going to take this easily.
Yeah, dude, I think the experience of the defense for Miami is going to win this game. Listen, dude, I think LAFC, I think they're going to give a scare. I think it's just too hard for Nathan Ordaz, a David Martinez, like you said, Denny Bouanga. You're kind of riding off of what he can do. Listen, Jeremy Ebouisse's help me out,
Ebobisse. Jeremy Ebobisse.
Almost completely butchered that man's name, but Jeremy Ebobisse, like, dude, it's not that he's a bad striker, but I mean,
he's better than Giroud right now.
He's better than Giroud, but the thing is that enough to get past Inter Miami? Is that enough to get past Redondo, to get past the Busquets? I just don't think it is. I really think they're going to lack a lot of firepower. I think that's the complete opposite. Inter Miami has enough firepower. I think they're building up. LAFC had to kind of scrape through that Columbus game, while Inter Miami was able to kind of chillax with Cavalier. Like you said, give me Inter Miami. Vancouver Pumas. That's a good one right there. What do you got?
Yeah, I'll kick it off, man.
Yeah,
I'm going Vancouver here. I think Vancouver has looked really good.
It's selling.
Not just in MLS play. I believe they're undefeated in MLS, but they also took down the Giants of Monterrey, who a lot of people had favorites going to the semifinals. I mean, to be fair, like I wanted to see a Miami Monterrey semifinal. I wanted to see Messi versus Sergio Ramos once again. I wanted to see that, but it didn't happen. And they won in Monterrey. Granted, it was an away stadium because of, I think Shakira was playing at the normal stadium.
Yep.
But I've been really impressed. I think Ali Ahmed has been really good for Vancouver. Brian White, as much as we talk about him at the USMNT, he's been really solid in MLS. I think Vancouver, since the whole announcement of the owner trying to sell the team and all this stuff, they seem to start playing with more of a chip on their shoulder. And while granted, I didn't think they necessarily looked that great against Lisa, they did get it took away goals for them to win that series.
Yeah.
They did do a pretty damn good job against Monterrey. And in terms of Pumas, I don't think Pumas has looked that good, honestly. I mean, even against Alajuelense, there were another team that took a huge benefit from the away goals, which, God, I hope they get rid of. I fucking hate away goals. Because that game was to almost to the end. I mean, Alajuelense was dominating that first half and was playing really well. I mean, they were pretty much they're ready to tie up the game, and then obviously Puma scores, and it sets everything back because now, and that's why I hate away goals, is that it turns a game from a 1-goal game where it can tie it up in any minute to a 3-goal game, and it just makes it like ridiculous. I mean, who cares? Yeah. So I personally didn't like what I saw from Pumas. And meanwhile, I think Vancouver is just rolling really high right now. So I like Vancouver advancing.
You know what, dude? I'm gonna bite the dust on this one. Maybe potentially my heart is obviously for Pumas. Pumas, Coco. Let's go. Let's do it. But I'm with you. My mind is saying Vancouver. Ali Ahmed is coming off of a pretty hot, solid international window. Brian White obviously didn't get many minutes, but he played a little bit against that third place game against Canada. Dude, this team, like you said, though, Julian, they're playing hot. And not just them. Pedro Vite, the Ecuadorian, picked up an assist. Ecuador also plays. We're recording this a week in advance before these games. But Ecuador played earlier this weekend against Venezuela, picked up an assist, Vite, over the weekend. So big ups to him. Like you said, this Vancouver team is hot. They're pressing a lot. All I got to say is Coco Kareski is going to be too much, though, man. If he plays the way he did this past weekend in this Nations League semifinals, I think it's going to be really interesting. I think it's going to be a lot for Vancouver. I think the stage is going to be tough. I really feel like I have the vibes that it's going to be two U.S. teams, two Mexican teams. They're going to collide. I could see that in the semifinal. So, yeah, give me Pumas, though. Club America, Cruz Azul. What are you thinking, Julian?
I got to go America. I think America they've been arguably the best team in the region. I mean, the only other team you can really argue who could be first is Inter Miami. Mm-hmm. America's been rolling hot. Obviously, you got the Super Classico, not the Super Classico, my bad. That was last round. But Cruz Azul against Seattle, I didn't think they necessarily looked the most impressive to me. I think America is rolling hot right now. I got America advancing here.
Yeah, I'm with you, dude. I think America is just I think they're just too much. Listen, I think they're going to be able to manpower it. I think that team looks good. I think Alex Zendejas not getting that national team call-up is going to be mad. I think he's going to be upset. I think he's going to put some fire out on Cruz Azul. Give me America. Final one, Tigres, LA Galaxy. I'll give it real quick. I think the Galaxy are too much, dude. I like what I saw in that Herediano second leg. Obviously, no Marco Royce. He was still injured, but this is a team that they can turn it up. And we saw in that Herediano game, they can turn it up. Obviously, like the likes of a Herediano, but still, give me the Galaxy. I think Tigres are down bad. I think they got lucky with Cincinnati. I think Cincinnati just honestly if we're being real, out of 4 halves of football, had one bad half, and they got 3 goals conceded on them, and that's how they lost it to aggregate. So I think Tigres got quite lucky with that. Obviously, this is a team that's aging, and you can kind of see it, within the team and whatnot. But yeah, no, I think Nahuel Guzman's going to be eating a couple of goals that Gabriel Peck will be sending his way. So,
see, I'm completely opposite. I am not high on Galaxy at all. I think Galaxy might get dominated this game, to be honest with you. I think Tigres came out and beat a very difficult Cincinnati team, that a lot of people have as potential favorites to win the whole MLS Cup as well as potentially Supporter Shield. This is a really good team, and they beat them. Meanwhile, the Galaxy, their only win the entire season so far has been against Herediano. And that's a game that they really struggled with. They haven't won yet. I mean, granted, they have Orlando this weekend, so we'll see, but I don't anticipate them winning either. The injuries have just piled up too much. The changes in the offseason has just hurt them way too much. They really don't have a striker right now. Christian Ramirez hasn't really been that guy. There's no Dovilic to replacement. And Joseph Painstill, and then obviously the heart and soul of the team, and Ricky Puig he's just been – he's gone, and it hurts. Yeah. And you think and you hope that Marco Royce could have filled those roles in those shoes, but he's just not that guy. I think this team moves too fast. They're too athletic, and he just can't keep up anymore. I think he was good when you had Ricky Puig behind him because he did a lot of the groundwork and a lot of the running. But now with him gone, and you're hoping that Marco Royce can do it. He's not that same guy. I don't know if he's just thinking he could phone it in, and because they won the title last season, and he was kind of getting carried. And now that they're relying on him, they're starting to understand the little bit of downfalls and his hiccups that he doesn't necessarily have. So, I mean, he's been having. So, I think Galaxy loses pretty bad. Honestly, I think Tigres comes out here and wins it. And I believe the semifinals is going to be pretty interesting. Like I said, I think you're gonna have MLS on one side and Liga MX on the other. You're gonna have LAFC Inter Miami versus Vancouver, and then America versus Tigres, which both really good games. Look, we all know. I think everybody wants it, man. I think even
Miami,
Concacaf, they want it so bad.
They're on the different side of the bracket for a reason, Julian.
And I'll say this: it might. I don't know if they've announced where the final's going to be. If they've said that it's going to be the highest seed or the whoever scored the most goals, because I think that's how it works. The most points and goal differential. But I wouldn't be surprised because CONCACAF, even since last year, since Inter Miami's been on it, they've been kind of weird about where the final's going to be or how it's going to be ran. But I'm thinking this is going to be a neutral site venue if it does end up being that. And they're going to try to put it in a football stadium, I'm telling you right now, if it works out. Even if it's Tigres, I think they're going to try to put it in a football stadium.
SoFi Stadium,
honestly,
baby.
As long as Miami's in the final and they're playing either Tigres or America, they're going to find a way to put them. But especially everybody knows and everybody wants to see it. Look, it's the two big giants. It's America, Inter Miami. So, yeah, but that's pretty much it. That's our picks and predictions. Any final thoughts on this quarterfinal round? Are you excited?
Yeah, dude, I'm with you, man. Listen, I'm ecstatic. I'm hyped. I'm illustrative. I don't even know if that's a real word. I sound like Stephen A. Smith right now.
Never heard of that.
Hey, I'm ready for it, man. Like you said, dude, I think the Inter Miami Club America matchup would be very, very interesting. Love to see Messi pick away and silence those Club America fans yet again. So we will see. Julian, final thoughts?
That's it, man. And if you enjoyed the content and you want to see more CONCACAF content like this, please feel free to like and subscribe. And if you're listening on audio platforms, please leave a rating. We greatly appreciate it. We're trying to grow that over there. So if you listen to Spotify or Apple Music or whatever it might be, please go over there, check it out. Greatly appreciate it, like I said. And yeah, We'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, everybody.
Peace.